let's get started and start to go through the free seasonality software that we're offering you. First thing you should do is log into the website. Once you log into the website, you should get this simple screen here. If you don't, you can just click on the word seasonality here in the menu bar and you can get here too. Now you have two menu options on the front screen. That's it. Why? All you need to do is type in the instrument and the month that you want to analyze. Okay, notice in here we have monthly statistics here. That means we give you a 30-day seasonal pattern finder in here. Okay, we don't give you 15, we don't give you 20, we give you a 30-day seasonal pattern that starts at the beginning of the month to the end of the month, and that's why we have this here. If this was breaking that 30-day cycle, you would have various statistics in here and so forth, but we're doing a 30-day cycle that you have available for free for yourself right now. Okay, notice in here you could choose any month. You could use past months if you want to do back testing, or you could choose current months and so forth. Okay, then you're going to type in the symbol here. Remember, we support 10,000 instruments out there. You could type in the symbol name, or you could type in the symbol description. So if I want Facebook, I could type in Facebook here, give it a couple of seconds, and it'll sit there and find it in the database. If it doesn't, then you could sit there and email us at our support at info@eiicapital.com. So you could type in the symbol or the symbol description and it'll appear. Now in here we have all this information that just appeared on Facebook. I'm sure everyone knows who Facebook is. Now I'm purposely going to choose April. Reason why, that's the beginning of the second quarter. And I want to show you statistics on a quarterly basis too. So not only can you use this on a monthly basis, which is the 30-day seasonal pattern, but I could show you how to use this on a quarterly basis, annual basis, and so forth to sit there and find trades with timing elements built into them. Okay, so now once you have all these statistics appear, you have all this data, it's going to be the same format for the data and same layout always. Okay, so let's go for this layout. At the very top is you have the overall seasonal pattern here. Now the seasonality that we support, as I told you, is the 30-day monthly cycle. We always look for 5 to 10 years of data. We do not go past the 10 years of data. Reason why is it will distort the statistics and it will influence your trading drastically. Also, you need a minimum of 5 years, because if you have too little, that's not good, and too much, it's not good at all. So we support 5 to 10 years of statistics out there in order for the monthly seasonal pattern. Okay, so in here, you look at this. This is the overall yearly seasonal pattern in here. You could look at this here in various different things. The key thing here is you could kind of see roughly here is around 4.6. This possibly bottoms out, and then this roughly tops out roughly around September 3rd, which is 9.3. So here we just looks at peaks, top peaks, bottom peaks, and stuff like that to kind of look through things where it could possibly bottom out for the year or top out for the year, and that's what we look at with this overall chart. Okay, the key information you want to look at is here. Remember, we chose April, which is the beginning of Q2. Okay, and there's a reason why I chose this one here. So if you look here, this gives you the monthly statistics, annual statistics, and then if you scroll down, this is the quarterly statistics here for Facebook. Okay, we're just going to sit there and shrink this down to a point you get all the data on one screen. Then you have the individual table here that shows you what's been going on each individual year. So this table shows you what's going on in the individual year, and here we summarize everything for you. Remember, these numbers are percentages, okay? Also, green represents bullish, red represents bearish. So if you look in here annually, you could see that this has an 83% probability of being bullish, which is really good for Facebook. If you look at it here, the average move that this has been making on an annual basis is 45%. If it has a drawdown of 12%, what does drawdown mean? You could do a Google search on that, but it basically means if it goes, since this is bullish, the drawdown means it could go down 12% within that year, and then sit there and go up 45% by the end of the year. So this is how far this can go against you. Max profits 56%. Now here's a factor that we incorporate. The next two factors deal with money management. The very first one is the reward risk. This tells you based on the profit, so based on the average move and the drawdown, what do we look like for reward risk? It's a 3-to-1. That's very good. So if you're a long-time trader looking at retirements and stuff like that, where you put on a trade for annual basis, for annual income, this is where you analyze the annual statistics here. Okay, so you have that there. This next factor is the most important one. Remember in the advantages we talked about where you want to make sure if the statistics are good, which is this is 83% is really good, and you want to make sure it moves. This tells you how much it moves. This factor, this SIV value, in order to make sure that this instrument moves, it has to be for bullish above 10% or below 10% for bearish. So any value above 10% for bullish is good, and it tells you it's got a high probability for the instrument to move that month and not consolidate. So in order to avoid consolidation factor patterns, you want to always make sure for bullish the SIV value is above 10 or below 10 for bearish. Okay, this means it's going to move. It means we could have a good reward risk ratio out there. So that's the annual statistics. If you look at quarterly statistics here, this gives you all the information here. So you could see annually this is going to do really good. Now you could sit there and narrow this down and find exactly what quarter does this thing really move. And if you look here, statistics show you that this typically moves in quarter 2. Okay, and you could see right there, it moves in quarter 2, then it goes low again, and then quarter 3. Now, the quarter 3 movement doesn't have as high probability of Q2. So if you're going to trade Facebook and you want to sit there and keep this long term, you could look at the annual statistics and then narrow it down to which quarter you should sit there and place the trade. So you know that this thing starts in Q2. Now that you know it starts in Q2, there's 3 months in Q2, okay? So what are they? April, May, and June. Let's sit there and narrow that down even further by looking at the monthly statistics. Notice I chose April here, okay? So I chose April right there, and you can see this is 86% probability, average move 11%. It could go against me by 3%, max profit 3, reward risk of 3. SIV is 26%. That means 26% of the price action for Facebook in the entire year happens in April. Okay, now that's April. I'm going to go to May. Notice this is 56%. That's not great as the April one. In June, this is 75%. So if you look at this here, you know annually this does really well. You know majority of the move happens in Q2. Now you narrowed it down where it typically the move starts in April, which is right here, 86%. Then you know it kind of does a little profit taking in May, which is 55%. And then you could see in June, just looking at this could sit there and resume with or consolidate. So the biggest trade here for Facebook the entire year is in April. So if you're going to sit there and trade Facebook, the best time is to sit there and trade this in April, and you could see the statistics there. Okay, and that's how you could sit there and analyze each individual instrument around the world. You could do this with crypto, currencies, stocks, anywhere around the world, futures, and so forth. Okay. Now, that's just analyzing this data on a monthly, annually, and quarterly. You also have this table here. This table gives you the breakdown for the month, for this month of April, tells you exactly what happened each individual year and gives you the prediction, which is pretty much right there. So you could see all this information in here. You could see last year there was an outlier here where this did move huge here, 26%. and so forth. So you could see exactly what happened here in Facebook. If you go to the chart here, you look at April here, April right there, began the month right there, opened right there, and I'm going to just draw a line here. If you look at April, the opening price is right there. At the end of April, the highest point it had gotten to was right there. So this moved an average of 11% there. And if you look at here, how far low did it go in the drawdown? If you look at the drawdown in this, it wasn't that bad here. This was 0.68%. So this was a great seasonal pattern here. Of course, you want to confirm it with your technical analysis, but this moved 11% here when it told you an average move is around 11.41%, which is exactly what you're looking for. So that shows you exactly how you could use these statistics in various different forms. That's one way you could use it. Another way you could use it is at the beginning of the year. This tells you this goes down an average 12%. So at the beginning of the year, you could take the opening price and sit there and put alert 12% lower. And once it gets to that 12%, you could sit there and look to buy this long term. So there's many ways you could sit there and use this data for trading and so forth. Okay. But you got an overall idea on how to sit there and find, look at these statistics, how to use these statistics in one form or fashion for your trading. Remember, you have to confirm it with some type of technical system out there. If you do, you have this timing element that says, hey, Facebook is the best time to trade in April. Then you go to your technical system, look for the entry for it, and then at that point, you have a trading plan going forward. So this is basically the free version that we have available out there that you're more than welcome to use and go from there. Okay. The next modules we're going to talk about are not free. They're paid subscription on a monthly basis. And you could see there's 4 different products in here, which is Best Trades. What this does is it takes this here, this Facebook here, and you could go for the video and you could find the best trades within the month. So they're not 30-day cycles. They break the 30 days. It could be 6 days, 9 days, 12 days. So it finds the best trades within the month to sit there and trade. Then you have the scanner, which basically allows you to do filtering on all the statistical data, which you'll see in that module there. The pattern finder is where you take someone's junk and turn it into a treasure, in that you take things that are 56% confidence value, which most people throw away. You find patterns in them and you sit there and trade those. And then you have a calendar, which basically looks for 30-day cycles, but not from the first of the month, but within the middle of the month, 2 days, and so forth. The free software always looks for 30-day cycles at the beginning of the month, but the calendar will look for 30-day cycles at any date or time within the month, and we'll show you exactly what that is in its tutorial module. Thank you, and please look for the other modules so you get a good idea on what other features are available here and how you could use them.